A disastrous fourth quarter in a loss at Detroit, going 3 of 14 for just 17 yards and an interception. Needless to say, he'd have to be a whole lot better to beat Aaron Rodgers.
This is what you live your whole life for. That's what you're waiting for, times like this. Don't forget where you came from. Let's turn this business down in our house. Jump on these boys from jump. All night. Start fast, finish hard. Back on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fast? How about Aaron Rodgers' third pass of the game?
3rd and 10. In the pocket, plenty of time. Extending the play. Winds up. Rainbow's right side for Cobb. He's got it down the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. It's a touchdown. 70 yards. The protection was so good. The coverage was initially extremely good. But Rodgers dancing around, and sooner or later he'll kill you.
Well, they tried to bring a corner blitz here off the side, but only 4 guys came.
That meant 7 dropped into coverage. Rodgers' initial read was to his left, but there were 4 Saints to cover 2 Packers. As Rodgers bought time, he saw Randall Cobb slip behind Keenan Lewis.
Keenan Lewis really probably not his full responsibility, just never could find the ball. And there you go, Aaron Rodgers just continues at a torrid pace.
While the Packers came out firing, the Saints came out running. 3 straight handoffs to Mark Ingram to begin the game.
Saints run it to the right and have the first down. Mark Ingram upended as he crosses the 35-yard line.
And he's going to be the guy that's going to be called on tonight because, I mean, really all you've got is Travaris Cadet, and he's your really more of the third down back, but Mark should get a bunch of carries tonight.
Ingram did get a bunch of carries, setting up the play-action pass.
Backs in an eye, play-action Breeze has time. Going to launch one deep downfield for Stills. Stills makes the reception down around the 6-yard line. Tumbles inside the 5, down to around the 4.
Anytime you get to something special.
You know, credit the offensive line. We kind of challenged them early in the game, starting off with 3 runs. But I felt like the balance helped us tonight because we got some advantageous looks with some heavy play-action shots down the field out of some run looks.
The threat of Ingram gave Sean Payton's team another advantageous look inside the 5-yard line.
Brandon Cooks and the 3-yard sweep on the end around.
The old jet sweep, here it comes, and before you can figure out what happens, you got him in the end zone.
The Packers were focused on Ingram, and their slight hesitation gave number 10 a clear path to the end zone.
Brandon Cooks, one of those guys that Sean Payton said we just have to get him the football more often.
All of it. I love what you're doing. Puts him in a bind. Good tempo, too.
While the Saints' ground game was throwing haymakers, the Pack's rushing attack needed a standing 8 count. Eddie Lacy's slow start to the season on the ground continued, but number 27 caught 8 passes for 123 yards.
Snap to Rodgers. Under pressure immediately. Dumps it off to the running back down the right sideline. Across 40, 45, 50. Lacy into the clear. To the 30. To the 20. Stiff arms his way down the sideline. To the 10 to the 5. And forced out of bounds right sidelines. At the 2-yard line of New Orleans.
Yeah, that was their defense dictating a lot of that. You know, they played a lot of match coverage, so we had opportunities there to run some good screens. And Eddie had a big day, you know, catch and run there. He did a good job for us. We've been working on that since training camp, getting him more involved in the passing game. And not a ton of rushes tonight for him, but I know he made a big impact in the passing game.
Defensive coordinator Rob Ryan made sure that the Packers' leading receiver did not have an impact on the passing game.
Keenan Lewis spending a lot of time tonight in Jordy Nelson's neighborhood.
Jordy Nelson, who is on pace for 100 catches and 12 touchdowns, caught just 3 passes for 25 yards on Sunday night.
Tight coverage by by Keenan Lewis, the best of the cover corners for the New Orleans Saints.
They blitzed, I think, twice all night, and other than that, it was coverage. You know, they mixed a couple one highs in there, but it's a lot of two high match coverage, trying to help on Jordy. So we tried to move Jordy around a little bit. It was just execution. They did a good job of kind of sticking their plan and being stout in the red zone, and they forced a couple turnovers.
With Mike McCarthy's main weapon silenced, he turned to his secret weapon.
Oh, they got Julius Peppers in their wing.
Yep.
Hang on to your helmet, buddy. They got to play for him.
Wide to the left side, Julius Peppers. Rodgers shotgun. Here's the snap. Throws to Peppers, left side. And it's jumbled and broken up.
One of the things that makes this game so exciting for me is I think you have two of the great play callers in all the game. Both head coaches can call brilliant games with brilliant quarterbacks. A lot of fun to watch.
In just the third game in NFL history without a punt, both quarterbacks were playing like kings.
We've had a very entertaining first 30 minutes of football, and the two teams head to their respective locker rooms, knotted at 16.
Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers had thrown for 278 yards in the first half and showed no signs of slowing down at the start of the third quarter.
Got Cobb wide open, down the left sideline, across the 45, out of bounds, inside the 40. First down, Green Bay. Rodgers looks, rolls right, looking downfield, now takes it himself, and he escapes out of bounds inside the 10 on the right sideline.
That's something he's fully capable of. He's averaging 5.4 yards per carry coming into this game.
And Rodgers looked like he was reaching for his leg as he came up at the end of that play.
Hey, Aaron is shaking something off.
Yeah.
This is, he's having that. And when you saw his reaction after picking up the first down, you knew something was up. He's hurt.
Yeah, he is.
You hope for a cramp if you're a Green Bay Packers, but he is an athlete and he knows he could barely move going back. I'm telling you, that is not a good sign for the Green Bay Packers.
Rubbing his left hamstring.
5-yard line of New Orleans. Packers bidding for the lead. Rodgers shotgun, Lacy to his left. Snap to Rodgers. Looking around, waiting, still looking. Now throws it away over the middle of the end zone, incomplete.
I mean, that ordinarily was a play that Aaron Rodgers would step up and through and find Devontae Adams in the back of that end zone. He just was not comfortable making that bold first step. This is a guy whose game is really dependent on that mobility.
Every previous Packers drive of the night had ended in points. But 3 plays after Rodgers injured his hamstring, Green Bay came up empty.
Third and goal here from the 5. Throws the slant, and it's going to be knocked up into the air and intercepted by Hawthorne.
Corey White tipped it, and David Hawthorne picked it off.
Looked like a catchable ball for Andrew Corliss.
And it went off his hands and then intercepted by the Saints. So they take over at their 12-yard line off the first turnover of the game.
All right, you're going to get another shot, baby. All right, get another shot.
Just keep playing ball, man. Keep playing ball. We'll make plays.
Aaron Rodgers picked off for the first time since the opener. First time in 213 attempts.
The momentum turned when Aaron Rodgers was no longer able to play his type of game. Rodgers is at his best when he buys time in the pocket or escapes to make plays on the run. When the Packers and Saints last met 2 years ago, Rodgers' mobility and accuracy helped him throw 4 touchdown passes in a Green Bay victory.
Great game, bro. You're incredible. You talked to me, buddy. You're the man.
On Sunday, the two quarterbacks looked like they were on their way to another classic duel. Until Rodgers' third quarter scramble became the game's turning point.
He hurt his hamstring on the scramble earlier, so I think it was obvious just the way we played from that point on. So we kept him in the gun, and really our whole play action and QB movement package was gone.
And it's not even the running that concerns me. It's that ability inside the pocket to just maneuver around, buy time.
Able to buy time before his injury, Rodgers completed 14 passes for 298 yards, an average of more than 21 yards.
Aaron Rodgers with forever and a day back there, buying more time.
After the injury, Rodgers also completed 14 passes, but none downfield, averaging just 8.5 yards each.
He's definitely affected. I mean, he was limited just to play from the pocket.
For Aaron Rodgers, when you're injured as an athlete, sometimes you just have to say, I don't care. I just have to go play my game.
It was just not really any options. It was continue playing, and as long as I could hold up, I felt like I could. If it would have been real detrimental to my health for the season, I probably would have told coach to take me out, but I felt like I could still go.
First down, Rodgers to throw, steps away from a sack momentarily, but finally he'll be brought down once more.
This D-line right now foaming at the mouth.
Rush is on, rolling right. Rodgers through the hands of Davante Adams and intercepted by the Saints. Corey White. Rodgers being hurried on the blitz. Pass is off the mark.
So Aaron Rodgers picked off once in 7.5 games, picked off twice.
How much has this game changed since Aaron Rodgers went out of bounds and grabbed the back of his leg? I don't think I can remember a game turning so quickly after an injury that nobody had to leave the field for.
Right.
In a game billed as a shootout between two of the league's premier passers, a hobbled Rodgers couldn't keep up with a healthy Drew Brees.
Brees retreats, steps up, wants it all, throws it deep for Cooks. Got it. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks!
That's what I'm talking about, man! Man, let's go!
Here's Brees. Play action. Gonna throw deep again for Jimmy Graham. Leaping reception. Touchdown Saints! On a 22-yard strike, and the Saints widen their lead.
All right? You happy now? Are you happy? Huh? You happy?
Unlike the injured Rodgers, Brees continued to throw deep, use play action, and complete throws on the run. The Saints had suffered heartbreaking losses earlier in the year and entered the night teetering at 2-4. But against Green Bay, they struck a perfect balance, with Brees' 3 scoring passes complemented by Mark Ingram's 172 yards on the ground.
Touchdown, Mark Ingram! 21 yards!
It's been a long time coming. We've had our fair share of struggles early on here. We've lost some heartbreakers. All we talked about all week long was playing a complete game as a team.
One hell of a night. One hell of a night. Everybody, one hell of a night.
It's like my grandfather always said. He said there's three types of people or 3 types of teams in this world. There's those that make it happen, and there's those that watch it happen, and there's those that wake up one day and say, what the heck happened? I feel like all this year we've been waking up and saying, what the heck happened? It was about time we made it happen. We made it happen tonight.
I'm so happy for every one of you guys. You guys fighting back and practicing the way you have, and then getting kicked in the gut and doing it again and again and again. That's something else. All right. You don't even know what you're building, because what you're going to find at some point, you'll refuse to go back there. You'll refuse to go back to that place that we've been earlier. That's a start, and that's a real good win.